Alright, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be doing a review on my Exmark Metro. Last night I sent out a text to a couple buddies from the industry and asked them, should I do a review on the Exmark? I really didn't feel like doing it. And each one of them, one by one, said, yes, do a review. So, here comes the review. Start off, it's a 48-inch deck. I do believe it is the Tri-Vantage. I don't think it's an Ultra Cut. The engine on it is a 15-horse Kawasaki. It's a really nice engine for gas. It uses very little gas. It's very easy on gas. However, it doesn't have the power to cut through really tall grass because it is only a 15-horse engine. It is Kawasaki FH430V KIA 15 horse. The Exmark here features the ECS controls. It is a Metro. It is not a turf tracer. I saw in a couple of my videos in the past, people would comment, nice turf tracer or whatever. It is the Metro, so it has a transmission here. It is gear drive. You have to shift it in order to go into reverse. Reverse on it is assisted reverse, so it doesn't really work. You got to pull it back anyway. The belts on it, they slip when it's wet, but that's only when it's wet. I do have an EasyChute.com chute blocker on it. I know someone a while back asked me how I had that set up so the bagger and the chute blocker would work at the same time. Basically, the chute blocker bolts on to the Exmark like that, and the bagger goes in this hole right here and then clips on the side here. So you can simply have a chute blocker and a bagger. I know Geek to Freak said in the past that you can't have both. That is absolutely incorrect. You can have both, and I've done it. I just got this mower back from being serviced at the dealer. That's why it's so clean. Got a new fuel line, new fuel filter, new deck belt, blades sharpened and balanced, and just all cleaned up. Greased all the grease fittings here and here on the wheels as well. Yeah, so that's a 48-inch deck. It is a Tri-Vantage, not the Ultra Cut. Don't really have a whole lot else to say about it. Here's the turn on throttle. The choke is over here on the side here. There's the oil. Alright, the deck is adjusted based on these spacers here. You have to take the pin out, lift it up, and just add a spacer if you want it up or down. Same with, it's a fixed deck model. It does not float on the terrain, so you can scalp it if you're not careful. I haven't had very many issues with the scalping. The deck on it's a very beefy deck. It's got about a half-inch protector here on the bottom welded in. It's a very strong deck. Now the cut quality on the Exmark, in the spring, you're going to have to double cut, and that partly has to do with it being a 15-horse engine and a 48-inch deck. So that's a lot of grass to move for a low horsepower engine. And cutting Pennsylvania grass, that stuff gets super long, and you're just not just cutting off an inch or two. You're cutting off 3, 4, 5, 6 inches at a time, depending on how long you let it go. So you're going to have to double cut it for two reasons. Number one, it's going to have a big pile of just grass is going to be everywhere because it's shooting out a lot. It's side discharging a lot of grass. And number two, it's not going to be perfectly clean cut appearance on the first cut. What I mean is, when you look down the grass, there's going to be little blades sticking up here, little blades sticking up there. I tend to double cut in the spring, cut it one direction, then come the opposite direction. So you're striping it from two different directions. It looks phenomenal when you double cut. Very, very rarely do you have to triple cut, but the Exmark is a phenomenal cutter when the conditions are right. You're gonna probably have to double cut in the spring. Now, would I recommend this mower? Absolutely. It's one of the best startup mowers, in my opinion. The reason why that is you can pick up this mower brand new, depending on where you buy it, right about $3,000 for a brand new mower. That's not bad. I picked this up used. It is actually a 2009. I picked it up used for $1,800, I believe it was. Right now, I'd say it has under 300 hours on it. It is belt drive. It does not have an hour meter. So when I purchased it, The storyline behind it was that it was used by a homeowner, but he had a company take care of his lawn. So the only time he ever used it was if they got backed up. So based on that storyline and just the overall condition, I'd say it was barely used, but I really don't know the actual hours on it. Right here is the oil discharger, whatever you want to call that, where you drain the oil. It is very difficult to not make a mess when you're changing the oil in this mower, because at least with my oil pan, you can't fit it under the mower, and basically you just got to use a cup to catch it. So yeah, that basically covers everything I want to say. The way you change the blades are simply these bolts. You take the nut off, it is bolt-free design, and you're going to have to jack the mower up, or simply just lift it up. It's a walk behind, it's not that heavy. The chute block, I already mentioned it. I agree with what Geeks Freak says about chute blockers. They are absolutely a necessity. Mine is bent. I don't remember how that happened, but it is definitely bent really bad right here. So it doesn't shut completely, and I actually had to weld this here because no matter what, it kept coming unbolted. So that is one of the issues with that. And it is an Easy Chute from easychute.com, I guess. It came on the mower as well with a striper kit. I removed the striper kit because I wanted to put on a sulky, which is that attachment right there. The controllers on this, I absolutely love the ECS controllers. I'm not a fan of the pistol grip controllers. I think they're pretty dorky, honestly. But these controllers are super easy to learn. Basically, if you've never operated a walk behind, squeeze the right one, it's going to turn to the right. Squeeze the left one, it's going to turn to the left. So if I squeeze this one, it's going to turn to the left. If I squeeze this one, it'll turn to the right. You let them go, it goes forward. You squeeze them both, it stops. So I don't think there's any more simple design than that. It has either a 4 or a 5 gallon gas tank with a huge, easy removable cap. Barely any gas in it right now. Just came back from the from getting service, so I imagine they have it all stay-built up. There's a service tag. Their guarantee. So yeah, that's